Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 17th of January 2023. Let's start with our session. Road Transport and Highways Ministry observes the Road Safety Week in which particular month? So Union Road Transport and Highways Ministry observes the Road Safety Week from 11th to 17th of January. Okay, and during the week various activities are being organized throughout the country to create awareness among general public, and ministry will also conduct several activities, for example nukkad nataks, or you can say the street shows and the sensitization campaigns at various locations. Okay, so this week is observed in the month of January. Next is India signed a memorandum of understanding to enhance cooperation in training of diplomats with which country? So India and Panama have signed a memorandum of understanding to enhance cooperation in the training of diplomats, and our External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar held a bilateral meeting with Panama's Foreign Minister, who's that? Janina Tivani, okay, where at Indore. And the minister from Panama participated in the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas Convention as well. Fine. Many a times I have told you, when do we observe the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas? It is observed on 9th of January every year. Now apart from it, the Union Cabinet has recently approved a 2600 crore rupees scheme for promoting our RuPay debit cards and the low value Bhim UPI transactions. Okay, and under the scheme banks will be provided financial incentives for promoting the point of sale and the e-commerce transactions using the RuPay and UPI in the current financial year. Okay, so you can be asked that the cabinet has approved a 2600 crore rupees scheme for promoting the digital transactions for promoting which type of entity? So answer would be RuPay debit cards and the low value Bhim UPI transactions. Fine. Next question is extremely important. Which country has the world's most powerful passport as per the Henley Passport Index 2023? So Japan once again continues to top the list of the world's most powerful passport for the year 2023 according to this Henley Passport Index report. So Japanese citizens can travel to as many as 193 countries visa free, or you can say visa on arrival access destinations around the world, and the second spot is shared by Singapore and South Korea. Both countries are at the second position. Talking about India, Indian passport ranks 85th in the world's most powerful passport index, and it gives visa-free entry to total 59 destinations. Fine. So many things can be asked from this question itself, like for example, which country has topped the Henley Passport Index for this year? So answer would be Japan. Second spot is shared by Singapore and South Korea. What was India's rank in this index? 85th, and we have the visa-free entry into 59 countries. Fine. Next is, which state is the host of the 26th National Youth Festival? So the 26th National Youth Festival is scheduled in the twin cities of Hubballi, that is Dharwad in the state of Karnataka, from 12th to 16th of January. And Union Minister for Youth Affairs and Sports, Mr. Anurag Singh Thakur, said that the theme of this year's Youth Festival is Viksit Yuva, Viksit Bharat. Okay, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the National Youth Festival 2023 on 12th of January, and this is the birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. Fine. So your correct answer would be Karnataka state. Next is, which cricketer recently scored a triple century in the Ranji Trophy? So Prithvi Shaw has scored a triple century for Mumbai against Assam in this Ranji Trophy. And this was his maiden triple hundred in first class cricket, while his previous best score was 202. Fine. And with this, he became the 8th Mumbai batter to reach this milestone, and he scored over 3300 runs in his 41 match first class career with 12 centuries and 15 half centuries. Okay, so only thing you have to remember is recently Prithvi Shaw has scored a triple century in the Ranji Trophy. Now there is one more important thing regarding Ranji Trophy. You have to remember that for the very first time in Ranji Trophy, 3 female umpires are officiating it. What are the name of these 3 female umpires? First is Vrinda Rathi, second is N. Janani, and the third name is V. Gayatri. Fine. Next is, which city is the host of the All India Presiding Officers Assembly Speakers Conference? So Vice President and Rajya Sabha Chairman Jagdeep Dhankar has recently inaugurated the 83rd All India Presiding Officers in Jaipur city. And Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla, speakers and the deputy speakers of various legislative assemblies, including the Rajya Sabha deputy chairman, were also present in this conference. And this 83rd conference of All India Presiding Officer is being held in the state of Rajasthan after 11 years. Fine. So which city is the host of this particular conference? Answer would be Jaipur. If you would have asked about the state, so answer would be Rajasthan state. Fine. Next is, National Council of Science Museum organized a sky gazing event in which city? So the National Council of Science Museum, in association with Nehru Memorial Museum and Library, is organizing a sky gazing event at India Gate lawns in Delhi. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi acknowledges the efforts of National Science Centre Delhi for organizing the events so as to promote the astro night sky tourism. Fine. And talking about the National Science Centre, this is a part of National Council of Science Museum, which is an autonomous body and it works under Ministry of Culture. Fine. So your correct answer would be New Delhi. Next is, which country's researchers have discovered an Earth-like exoplanet classified as LHS 475b? So the research team from Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Laboratory from the US have confirmed an exoplanet using NASA's James Webb Space Telescope for the first time. And they have classified it as LHS 475b, and this is the planet that is almost exactly the same size as our own Earth. Okay, so this is a research from the country USA, and you can be asked also that what is this thing? So you have to remember that this is a kind of exoplanet. Next is, which country has announced a ban on single-use plastic shopping bags from 2024? So the country UAE has announced a ban on single-use plastic shopping bags to take effect from next year. And this law would prohibit the import, production and circulation of such bags from 1st of January 2024. And a similar ban would apply to the plastic cups, plates and cutlery from 1st of January 2026. And also you have to remember that UAE is the host of this year's United Nations Climate Summit, and it has declared its aim to achieve the carbon neutrality by the year 2050. Fine. So this country is UAE. Now apart from it, recently the Odisha's State Transport Authority has announced severe penalties against vehicles without high security registration plates. Okay, and in case the vehicle is not affixed with these high security registration plates within the scheduled date that has been mentioned, e-challan will be issued against the offending vehicle of a fine of 5,000 rupees up to 10,000 rupees under section 192 of the Motor Vehicles Act 1988. Fine. So you can be asked that which state has announced severe penalties for the vehicles without high security registration plate. So that state would be Odisha. Next question is, which film was selected as the best film drama in the Global Globes Award 2023? So in the 80th annual ceremony of the Global Globes Award 2023, The Fablesman won the Best Film Drama Award, and Best Actor in a TV series drama was won by Kevin Costner, and Best Screenplay was won by Martin McDonagh, and the Best Non-English Language Film was given to Argentina 1985. Okay, these categories are not very relevant, but this one is important. Okay, now apart from it, the National Human Trafficking Awareness Day is observed every year in the US on 11th of January to raise awareness about the human trafficking. And in the year 2010, the President Barack Obama dedicated the entire month of January to awareness and prevention of human trafficking there. You can be asked that which country observes the National Human Trafficking Awareness Day on 11th of January. So this country is USA. Next is, Dware Sarkar scheme is a flagship initiative of which Indian state? So President of India Draupadi Murmu recently presented the 7th edition of the Digital India Awards 2022 and 22 innovative digital initiatives by the government entities under total 7 categories received the Digital India Awards 2022. So West Bengal government's Dware Sarkar scheme won the Platinum Award and the CBSE won Gold Award for its digital academic repository Parinam Manjusha. Okay, so this is a scheme from the state of West Bengal and aim is to provide services at the doorstep of the citizens there. Okay, next is Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee National Institute of Water and Sanitation, that is NIWAS, has been inaugurated in which city? So Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated this Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee National Institute of Water and Sanitation at Joka in Kolkata via video conferencing. And NIWAS has been set up at a cost of around 100 crore rupees. So through this Apex Institute, the Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation aims to bridge the knowledge and capacity building gap in public health, engineering, sanitation and hygiene through various courses. Fine. So this has been inaugurated recently in Kolkata city. Also you have to remember that the Renew Power has installed India's first 3 times platform wind turbine generators in Gadag in the state of Karnataka. And these new generators will be a part of the country's first round-the-clock renewable energy project, which combines the wind, solar and a battery energy storage system. So this project will produce enough energy to power over 1 million households in India on annual basis. Fine. So you can be asked that Renew Power has installed India's first 3 times platform wind turbine generators in which state? So that state would be Karnataka. Fine. So these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. And now we'll start with December 2022 current affairs revision part. This is the 8th edition in this series, in which we'll be doing from question number 106 up to question number 120. Let's see the questions. First question says, National Investment and Infrastructure Fund Limited signed a memorandum of understanding with which state to develop infrastructure opportunities. So recently, National Investment and Infrastructure Fund Limited has signed this memorandum of understanding with Tamil Nadu Infrastructure Development Board. Okay, and aim is to help in attracting commercial capital into infrastructure opportunities in the state. And 7 projects are identified across departments which have the potential to attract the private investment of approximately 5,000 to 6,000 crore rupees. Only thing you have to remember is this agreement has been signed by Tamil Nadu state. What is the consumer price index based retail inflation for November in India? This value was at 5.88% for the month of November. In the month of October, the inflation was 6.77%. Which countries announced Just Transition Initiative to tackle the plastic pollution in an inclusive manner? So South Africa and Kenya have recently announced the Just Transition Initiative to tackle the plastic pollution in an inclusive manner. Fine. So this initiative aims to create decent work opportunities for the waste pickers and the other workers in the plastic value chain. So these countries are South Africa and Kenya. Okavango Delta and Murchison Falls, which were seen in the news recently, are located in which region? They lie in southern Africa. Actually, this Okavango Delta is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and Murchison Falls is Uganda's oldest and the largest national park. And as per the report, oil companies are threatening these biodiversity hotspots in an effort to drill for oil, which will benefit other richer countries. Fine. So that's why these places were in news and they lie in southern Africa. Which union ministry formed a committee to look into the demands of Eastern Nagaland People's Organization? So Ministry of Home Affairs formed a special committee to look into the demands of Eastern Nagaland People's Organization, and it will be headed by the advisor of the Ministry of Home Affairs, Mr. A.K. Mishra. Fine. Actually, the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization constitute 7 of the major tribes of Nagaland, and now they are demanding a separate state by the name of Frontier Nagaland. Fine. Next question is, who has been conferred with the Sri Chandrasekharendra Saraswati National Eminence Award? Answer would be our former Vice President Venkaiah Naidu. Which company is set to acquire clinker cement and the power plants from Jai Prakash Group? This is Dalmia Cement. So Dalmia Cement Bharat Limited is the wholly owned subsidiary of Dalmia Bharat Limited, and recently they have announced an agreement to acquire clinker cement and the power plant from the Jai Prakash Associate Limited and its associate, having the total cement capacity of 9.4 million tons at an enterprise of 5,666 crore rupees. This data is not at all relevant. It is just for understanding. Which union ministry developed a project monitoring mobile application in association with ISRO? So the Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region, in collaboration with the Northeastern Space Application Center, which works under the Department of Space, has developed a project monitoring mobile application. Fine. Which country has announced the historic nuclear fusion breakthrough? So this has been developed by the US scientist. Why? So as to harness the nuclear fusion energy. Who is the head of the Supreme Court Collegium, which recently sent its first set of recommendation? So Supreme Court Collegium recommended 5 High Court judges for the appointment as the judges of the top court. And this is the first set of recommendation by the Collegium. Fine. And the head of this Collegium is D.Y. Chandrachud, who is our 50th number of Chief Justice of India. Next is, India is set to launch the cervical cancer vaccine Cervavac in which year? So we will launch it by 2023. Who is the first woman to head the Treasury and chair the US Federal Reserve? This question is very, very important. Answer would be Janet Yellen. So she is the first woman to head the Treasury and chair the US Federal Reserve. MPPSC commissioned 150 megawatt and 90 megawatt Devi Court solar PV project in which state? So NTPC has commissioned the capacities of 150 megawatt and 90 megawatt Devi Court solar PV project at Jaisalmer in the state of Rajasthan. And with this, stand-alone installed and the commercial capacity of NTPC has become 58,041 megawatt, while the group installed and the commercial capacity of NTPC has reached to 70,656 megawatt. Tourism Minister recently dedicated 4 projects under Swadesh Darshan scheme from which state or the Union Territory? Answer would be Puducherry. And also the minister has inaugurated the Puducherry Shopping Festival 2022 logo. What is the aim of this festival? To promote business, tourism and trade by creating unique shopping experiences for the tourists who are visiting Puducherry. European Union has agreed to give candidate status to which country? So European Union has agreed to give the candidate status to the country Bosnia. Okay. So these are the next most important 15 questions from the month of December, and tomorrow we'll be doing the questions from 121 up to 135. Okay. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, Pinuzad Sana signing off.